Hey YouTubers and fellow toy train lovers, I do have an addition here to Bill B's Boxcar contest, and I took it as how many boxcars I could run, and I'm not going to bore you with the information on weights and curve diameters like I did on the first one, but it makes a big difference on what your locomotive can pull and how many boxcars you can pull around narrow curves, because I've only got Lionel O as my widest track diameter on my curves, which is 031, and you get too many of these and eventually some of them will start swinging towards the inside and you'll actually see the trucks come off the tracks and you've got a big messy derailment. So anyway, it was a lot of fun yesterday, and I got this together. Before I put this away, though, I want to show you some of my favorites out of these. I have 40 of these. I call them shorty box cars. They also call them plug door box cars. And they're approximately 8 inches without the couplers, and they're just perfect for a small layout like mine. My layout is only 4 by 11, but I can do a lot on it because of the way I've designed it. But I'm going to fire up the engine. This is one of my favorites because I think it's one of the most interesting. This True Value, although I believe these are decals on the front. And this is another one of my favorites. Ship Rock Island Rocket Freight. The reason I like it is because this was all painted or stamped on. I'm not sure how they create these box cars. Their decorations on them, whatever you want to call it. But I think that Lionel did a superb job on this. And this is MPC, as was the True Value. But they got it all on there before I've seen the Chun King one, which is one of the more valuable ones. The white paint's chipping off on any one I've ever seen. And I should mention this is a 16200. But this I found at a junk store. And it was just perfect. Nothing wrong with it. I don't think anybody ever used it very much. And I'm going to go past a lot of cars here. Get this engine to start out on the curb. There we go. And I had some comments on this Wix car. I don't think the Wix car is that great a looking car. However, I believe it's the most valuable of all these shorty plug door boxcars, and I can call them O27 boxcars as well. Most of these came with starter sets, and this Wix Boxcar, I would call it, it's not a bright white. I believe they have a bright white and they have this dull colored white. But this is a $250 boxcar, believe it or not. I found it at a train show in a junk box, just the shell, and got it for $12 and came home and popped the frame and trucks on it, which I already had extras. So check those boxes underneath the benches or tables at the train shows. You never know what you'll find. I will never find anything like this again. It was a complete fluke. Now I'm gonna pull all these around and show you my favorite piece of rolling stock. And it's quite possible that a lot of you won't even care for it. This was made in 1950, not Lionel, obviously. It only has 4 wheels, 2 axles. This was made by Unique Lines, and they only made trains for a few years. But I think it's absolutely, talk about a good name, Unique. This is the most unique cattle car, so it does not really qualify as a box car. But look at all those animated cows. It really gets your attention. Each one is individual. They don't copy it one panel to the next. And they even continue over to the end of the car. So this would be my favorite piece of rolling stock for my whole collection. And they have very odd, I'd call them odd couplers, but they're tab and slot, but they're upside down from a Marx coupler. And you can see I bent this down slightly, and it goes right up into the Lionel coupler. So I can run it with the Lionel trains. I don't think it looks very good with the Lionel trains. I'd rather run it with tin plate. And let's get this focused a little better. I have a ton of tin plate, and I have boxes of it in the closet and underneath the layout. This is all Marx. This is all pre-war, some of it from Great Britain, and it goes on and on and on. So I love my Lionel post-war. I love my Lionel pre-war and Marx tin plate. I'm not particularly interested in the Marx plastic. I don't have any rolling stock of that's Marx plastic. But this is my favorite piece of rolling stock, and you may have a favorite piece of rolling stock, and let's see it. Post it. But you'll never find anything weirder than what I run on my layout. I could just hear Mike's Train House would probably have a cattle car, and you hear it'd have sound, it'd be going moo moo, because that's what I basically hear when I see these cows. And get me out of here. Okay. Thanks for letting me kill some of my time. Hopefully not waste yours. And Happy New Year's. And once again, this has been a Big Lizard production. See if I can get... what do you know? You came into focus. Okay. Bye-bye.